you know, smoke, and it kind of looks like that.
Yeah. It's fixing to nut my lids.
Anyone? Where's that little thingamaboop? Oh, there's that thingamaboop. I call this the thingamaboop. Though doth not be a thingamaboop. Pessimisky.
Alright. We're pretty well up with my poker. Now we get to play games.
Doing pretty good on my poker. Now I need to get up in my spades. Well, I guess I better wait for the chat to file in before I tell them the unfortunate news.
What's that on your bottom?
Oh, God. Still a little... I don't even know... Don't know how it happened, man. Don't know.
It looks like it blew up.
It did blow up. It sort of exploded into like a billion pieces. And left this carcass. Yeah, I'm just...
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have been drunk.
Should have been drinking. I had not one drop, sir.
Oh, okay.
It's better to die on my ass than to live on my feet.
Remember when I broke my body? I was sober.
You were very sober that night.
Yeah.
Man, there's so much. How am I gonna store all this? Let's see which one's which.
We have some containers everywhere, man. Down here.
Yeah, the Super Silver Haze. Yeah, this one is 8% CBD and 5.2. So this one's like a CBD dominant. I'm gonna definitely mix some of this. That's faux shows.
And what's the other one?
Bubblegum. It's 1.5, or I guess 1.6% CBD is 1.58, and then 14% THC. So there's a big blend of different cannabinoids going on in there. Because they only test for those two cannabinoids for some reason. Well, I guess just because those are the main things people are wanting. And those are the number one active.
14% THC.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, they only test for those two because they're like the number one active cannabinoids that you'll have in there. But yeah.
Anyway, you can give me a gram.
Oh yeah. Want me to just split it down the middle with these two?
I don't care. Yeah, that'd be good.
I actually have two, don't I? Because of the last time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever you
Yeah. But I did that a little. Oh,
what are you looking for?
Scales right next to the Whoppers up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next to the Whoppers. Hot, cold.
Cold. Hot. Almost to the right. There you go.
Okay.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, just over your throat there. There's a mess.
Oh my God! Look at this sucker.
That's a big ass boy.
That's a big boy.
Damn.
So much this. What's this one? What does this alone weigh? Well, it's 2 grams. Holy shit! This is a 2-gram nug. Holy friggity googly. Holy googly moogly. Jeez, and this nug is like more denser and smaller, but it's pretty much the equivalent. Oh my goodness, these are some big boys. What was this one again? This is the bubblegum. I guess it's because it like has nugs that coagulate like bubblegum. And have a very sweet smell to it. There you go.
No, I got you.
Gram of that bubble.
Huh?
A gram of bubble.
Okay.
I'll get you a gram of the other one.
Yeah, Dad got paid today.
Hey. This is a little extra, but it works.
Oh, thank you.
It's like 1.2 something. That's the bubble gum. Oh, this is the Silver Haze. Look at these beauties. Look at those buttes. Beautiful boots. They're beautiful. Oh, they're beautiful. Oh. These are huge. Cuck. Damn, in a package. Hell yeah, bro. Joe's just like, whoa, son.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, good son. Oh, so I guess now that the chat's starting to file in now, huh? So, cool. I have, like, really just... I'm just not... I'm like 50-50, dude.
Depressed.
I mean, yeah, but...
I know how it is.
I mean, yeah, but, I mean, right now, it's just like... The fuck, you know, it's just like, I don't even feel... Anyway, so... What happened was... Well, before I was gonna go grab my check, get some bud and stuff, like I did, I sat down in Robert's, death trap of a chair, and I was wearing, like, a very light jacket, but, like, that knocked... Okay, so here's how the last bong broke, and the last bong was basically the same thing as that one, only blue. So Logan's coat knocked that one off, same table, and broke. This one literally suffered the same fate. It got knocked over by a fucking jacket. And then my last bowl before I was going to get more bud was sacrificed to the bong gods. So... You niggas can't help yourself. Dude, I, like, tried to save that motherfucker so hard. And it just, like... And then went... It then, like, flipped and went... And then just exploded into, like... I don't even want to show it. It's just sad. It's sad. It's just sad. So... I'm not without one. We have a spare one, so Robert's using the spare one, and until I get another one, which will probably be...
House with you.
Huh?
I'll go house with you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, until then, I'll get another one eventually, but... Yeah, until then, I'm using his, and oh, jeez. The water I might need to do something with. Got another piece. I got another bowl, though. Because Robert's bowl, here's his bowl for... Look how... This is absurdly deep. This can hold, like, 2 grams. Like, this snug right here is 2 grams. I can shove all that in this. I guarantee you. Like, it's absurdly huge. So I went and kind of got a smaller one for more personal use. So, yeah. And that took... And that thing's been knocked over in my room a few times, too.
It just died. It's time for him to go to Class 7.
Class 7? Basically, I guess, eh?
We need to find a glass shop and bring all this glass and says, here, what can you do with this?
Can you make like a like we have to clean like all the big chunks and, you know, get them all like resined out, you know, and clean it all up, at least what we can, and then after that, send it all in, all nice and shiny and clean, and be like, can you make a piece out of all this? Can you conform all these broken glass pieces into like a super bong or something? And see what they do. Because I bet, like, honestly, that could be a really cool gimmick for, like, a glass company to build, like, glass pieces and stuff. It'd be like, bring in your broken glass pieces and we'll whip it up into a new bong. Like, I mean, that'd actually be pretty legit. Was that the Logan bong that he helped buy? Yeah. Is that one? Yeah, it is one, yeah. I didn't know if there was one prior to that one, but yeah. Resurrection of the Super Bong. Exactly, dude. That's what I'm thinking. Like, how many times... Like, seriously, though. How many times have people have had, like, you know, their signature pieces all out of all nowhere just break. And then, you know, you set yourself up and then you just get turned in. Get yourself a new one with some certain specifications. They might have to put, like... They're, like, actually, like, already made percolators and stuff to put inside or whatever, but you can at least get a bong made up around all that, and just whip one up. I don't see why not. Did it have any percolators? Yeah, it did have one. It had like a little shower head one, just right in dead center. That was it. This one right here has a little percolator with the stem, and it looks kind of like a variant of that shower head, but it's a little... I mean, it's just a straight one, though. Has them all around, and then there's one on the very bottom. Small one on the bottom and small ones all around. But big enough for at least, you know, Scoobs goes right through, just in case any Scoobies go through. Common Dominator, Logan, or Login. The man, the plan, the jinx. He's a super jinx. I always use an ash catcher with percolator. Yeah, I need to try one of those. Twice percolated. Yeah, I want to try to get one of those ash catchers. Those things look really cool and quite useful. But I'm gonna waste no time. I'm gonna use this bad boy. I actually got a deal on this bowl too, because the guy that the place I got at, they didn't have a price tag on this one specifically, and the rest of the bowls were like $10 or whatever, or like 6 or 8. He got me this for like 5.
Well, a bit.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, cool. I was like, all right, I'm down for the little deal. Why not? I ain't gonna complain. Pretty much like everything as I was coming left and came back was slowly like, you know, being like, hey, you're fine. A bong broke, but it's good. And Stem has one too. Hey, that's cool. It's just full of lights now. I got so many pieces. I got so much going on. Well, it could have been worse. Breaking a piece sucks. It does, dude. It really does. And yes, it could have been worse. Like, the bowl could have broke. Like, out of the entire incident, the bowl didn't break. The stem shattered, but it held in place because of the resin. And that caused the bowl to not break, because it was all to be held in place. Like, that bowl survived, I think, at least 2 or 3 different bong breaks. Like, as soon as Robert's done, I'll have to show you. Get a warranty. Bowl insurance would be pretty legit. I wouldn't mind that. Just want to show the bowl off real quick. Like, this bowl had... This little sucker survived, like, 2 or 3 different bong breaks. Like, the stem around it was broken. Like, I was trying to pull it out, and it just kind of collapsed around it and just kind of stayed there. I'm like, oh. Well, the bowl's okay. But, like, the stem around it just collapsed and became multiple pieces.
It works.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that bowl lives, but at the same time, I'm glad. Illinois governor introduced the recreational marijuana legalization bill. Good. So Illinois might be the next state. Introduced in the Illinois State Senate. Cool. And Denver decriminalized magic mushrooms, which is a 100% guarantee that mushrooms is going to get totally legalized, but it's a good start. It's a good start. It's not just weed now, it's now the mushrooms. The shrooms have entered the server. The mushrooms have entered the server. Brace for impact, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be fun. All I know is I definitely gotta make the trip. I gotta have a legitimate trip to Denver now. I legitimately need to have a trip to Denver, unless Portland is next in line. Which, maybe. I've heard rumors that Oregon might try to do it. What does legal match for growing matches of so easy to find and grow? So it's just, you can get it just like if you don't know where, for the plebeians and the normies that don't know where, they could just go grab it at any shop that, you know, and they can grab it for, you know, for themselves and be like, here you go, bag of bing, bag of boom. No need to go, you know, hunt yourself in, you know, lost into a forest. Jogan moment. Magic mushrooms have entered the Stone Age. Magic mushrooms have entered the Stone Age. A Jogan moment. What the hell? What? A Jogan moment? Oh my goodness. Gonna see how this new bowl works. Let's try it out. Try it out.
Questions, or you want to talk about, some of the things you remember, some of the things you know about history of UFOs and the book or some other project, you can call us tonight. 888-673-3700.
I want to hang out with Joe Rogan. Dude, I totally would too. Who doesn't, honestly, who doesn't want to hang out with Joe Rogan? Because Joe Rogan's kind of a chill-ass dude. Like, it's just really chill. Just wants to have a whiskey with you. You know, have a joint or two. Just hang out and chill. Alex Jones needs to come back on JRE. Totally, dude. Totally. He really needs to. That needs to be a more regular occurrence. I grounded some weed. This is what I got. Oh boy. We got some sticky. We got some super sticky. Let's give it a sec here. Some sticky. There we go. That's a little better. That's a little better. About to have that Sunny D moldy sticky. Oh no. Yeah, the Sunny D shit. You know, hey, I've used up all my Keef. I think I'm good. Keef's been used. There's nothing going on there. I think I'm alright so far. I haven't gotten anything weird coming out of this yet, so I think I'm okay. So that's good. That's good. I don't got any of that Sunny D moldy OJ sticky. We don't need none of that moldy sticky. You got spores that germinated. They got. I don't think they've. I think I got it pretty good. I wiped it down. Like once I smoked up my Keef and when it was empty. Even if you can't see them, they germinated. Well, no shit. It's like the whole bacteria thing. It's like I don't see bacteria, so they must not exist. Well, like no shit. Of course. But like I made sure it was fairly distinctly clean before I started. I heard a clink. That scared me. I heard a clink.
I don't know what it was.
I have PTSD right now about glass and clinkiness. So can we not? Can we not? Oh my goodness. This was probably this, maybe.
It's there, right there.
Yeah, it is. Wow, I can actually like stab a hoe with. Look at that serrated edge. I can like kill someone with this.
Oh, definitely.
I, like rip that off and just. Just can't even look at it anymore right now. Oh. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. Oh. 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 How's Robert?
Better than yesterday.
And better than me, probably, because he doesn't have a broken bong.
Right, yeah.
Oh! My vitamin waters. I put them in the freezer. Ooh. Nice and cool. I'm in a good mood tonight. Had a new lawn boy come over, cut my grass, and work on my bushes. Oh boy. Vitamin water is the shit. You damn right. Dude, have you tried these new ones yet? Look at this. They got some new ones. Ice. It is cool blueberry lavender. They also have other ones that are hot, but I haven't tried those yet. Weekend forecast, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Negative 2,200 degrees. I hope that's in Celsius, because that will mean it's even way colder than it really is. When I was in high school, vitamin water with cheap vodka was the thing. Ice vitamin water with Reka. I think so. I think that is definitely an option for the future. I haven't had Reika in a while. I'll have to go grab some at some point, maybe. Right. I don't know when, but at some point. At some point. Roswell, Roswell, the UFO Library Museum. Stolichnaya, cucumber's good. Oh. Yeah, you've told me about that type of vodka. I still haven't seen it around quite yet. What's funny is I've seen Icelandic vodka, I've seen Danish vodka, I've seen Swedish vodka, and I've seen a few different types of Russian vodka, but I don't think I've seen that quite yet. I don't know if I'm just blind and oblivious, or if we don't got it around here. I'm thinking I'm just blind and oblivious. I'm blind and oblivious. Stolichnaya is a Soviet era brand. Svedka's from Sweden. Yeah, I know Svedka. The only reason why I haven't tried it is just because it must be like one of those major brands or something. But you know what? That's probably the case. I mean, honestly, it probably is the case that it is a major brand like Reika is. Man, I can pack this little sucker. Finlandia is my local liquor store. Nice. Yeah, we got Finlandia too. I remember we also got Finnish vodka. So we pretty much got every Scandinavian vodka we can have. Like, if I wanted any touch of Scandinavian, like, liquor, like, vodka, at least, specifically, I got that good. I'm good. I got every type. Which, honestly, I haven't tried any other ones yet. So, at some point, I should give, Svedka, Finlandia, and I forgot what the Danish one's called, but I should try that one, too. Let's give them all a try. I think the only thing missing is Norway on that list. Iceland, Finland, Danish, yeah. Norway. I don't know if they got their own. Probably, I'm sure they do. I mean, shit, like, Scandinavians are like Irish. They love drinking. What would I do with this poker? My poker, my poker. Oh, it must be over there somewhere. Find it off. Oh, here it is. Yeah, some parts. Banana, phenomena. Phenomena. Banana, phenomena. Got a UFO phenomena. UFO phenomena. Just to make a song out of it. Alright, well, see how this little bowl punches. I know how this bong punches, I just want to know how the bowl does. Woo. Yep. Yep, I think there's some satisfaction guaranteed on that one. Ugh. So I was checking out the news earlier, and I saw this video of an AI literally just like artificially creating people. I'm not even fucking kidding. Like, just straight up just generating different people, poses, stances, the clothes they were wearing, what they look like, everything from scratch. And I'm always one to like advocate for AI and like, you know, futurism and shit, but even that kind of gave me some chills and shit. Flash fried. Yeah, I initially saw it through there, but I wanted to see it from my own eyes, so I delved a little deeper and checked it out, and yeah, it's a little terrifying. So, I saw it there initially, but, yeah, I was just like, oh goodness, this is terrifying. Because, it's, to me, that, it's seen as, like, this is, like, to me, as seen as, like, one of the more negative aspects of what, yeah, fucking, just having AI, you know, can be, because at this point, we are probably legitimately gonna have, like, a story come out and be like, this celebrity actually wasn't real. You seen that website with an AI program that creates real-looking faces out of whole cloth? This person does not exist. Oh shit, you had it bookmarked and everything. I have not seen that before, actually, so wow. I'll have to check that out. Damn. I mean, the only things I can kind of see positively in this is more of like a sense of like the fashion industry or something like that. That's about it. Like, I don't really see any of this specific type of AI technology in any other positive, which is really just very concerning for me at this, you know, and honestly, it's just like, I'll probably just better at this point just embracing it. It's just like, yeah, it's gonna happen. This is of course what's going on, so just embrace it. Just let it happen. Because there's, like, if it's happening, like, if we're just now seeing AI do that from scratch entirely, think about, like, how long it took for it to get to that stance. Like, we've been able to kind of artificially, you know, modify, you know, people and, you know, make them look what they actually aren't and appear what they actually aren't for a while now. I mean, deepfakes is what they're called, you know, is essentially, like, these type of things have been around for quite a while. Well, it's like a decade, if not more. And, it's so terrible. It's living in the whole post-truth world. And the funny thing is, in the comments of those videos, of the little snippets, there's this one dude who's just like, Paul's saying we live in a post-truth world, as if we ever lived in a whole post-truth, like in a total truth society. Oh, like as we ever lived in that? It's like, what? It's like, doofus, I think you're missing the point. Like, we never ever lived in like a total 100% truth world, or like, it's just become so easy. It's become so easy to spread misinformation and to push like these deep fake narrative bullshit, you know, videos or pictures or whatever, and have like these totally fake people. Like, that type of stuff has been around. Like, this type of stuff makes it far more easier for, you know, truth, you know, to get out. And that's what Paul means when we live in a post-truth world. He doesn't mean like there was at one point we lived in a total truthful world. Like, of course not. Propaganda has always been a fucking thing. There's charlatans always trying to spew their bullshit and try to sell their snake oil. It's no different. There's always going to be people spreading pseudoscience and some weird, you know, dogmatic bullshit to try to, you know, shove down people's throats with their indoctrination and with their, you know, post-truthism, essentially. Like, it's always been around, but it's far more prevalent than it ever has been. It's just gonna get worse from here on out. Think about it, like the whole anti-vax move, for example. Like, if you think it's bad now, give it like another 5 years. It's gonna be way worse. It's gonna be totally worse. It's gonna be absurd about like how much misinformation and pseudoscience gets pushed already with the whole anti-vax movement. And I can't even imagine what what it would look like in the next 5, the information age. It's weird. You know, we do live in that age, but at the same time, we live in the disinformation age, too. it's such a strange time for just information in general, because a lot of that information is just based on nothing, and a lot of information is just false, and it's, I mean, I try to find ways to, like philosophically to look at it, ways of trying to solve it without, putting an authoritarian streak to it, but like, I don't see any other complete way to really combat disinformation unless it be, some authoritarian means. Like, and if you do that, then, well, you get, then, I mean, that can spell a whole mess of problems. It's just like, it's a catch-22. We're just left with this fucking bullshit, like, oh, what's true, what's not true? Oh, up to you to decide. So dumb. Oops. That pops back. Like,
Okay.
You want one or two of those?
Huh?
You want one or two of those?
Yeah, that's better. Give me two.
If you want to.
Okay, I'll take two.
Bought two just in case.
No, I ain't gonna have it.
Well, if he doesn't, then I'll like to accept the donation. I mean, I broke a bong earlier, so I think it's merited. But to be fair, I mean, it was my own dumbass that did it. If not, I can at least kill you with it now. There's a chunk of that serrated, that's so serrated that it's sharp enough that I can just kill a hoe with it.
Your cement floors and bottoms don't go well together.
Mm-hmm.
I've always mentioned we should have a rug on the, like,
Sometimes
or mat or something, yeah. I can order a friend to be sent to me by Google for all my likings and nuances, and doesn't say no and talk back once they make a perfect AI person. Yeah. Like, the whole sense of, like, the face-to-face communication, it's pretty much anything but that at this point. It's like, it's pretty much like, clinking to life, barely. But beyond that, it might as well be. Like, it's pretty much been reverted to very minimalistic, communication, when it comes to face-to-face talking. And, I don't exclude myself in that, essential, in a sense. I mean, especially me. I mean, I'm already, I already got problems with that as it is. So it's like, we're it's like, on a lot of levels, we're like, we advance so much, and then we just evolve with every step we take. It's like, we're evolving as we evolve. It's like it's gonna be to a point where it's like we're gonna devolve so much we can't even walk forward. We're gonna like slug, and then just be, can't even, go further. It's like we're just dead under our own weight. Ain't it fun? Ain't it just crass and beautiful? I see it's quite beautiful, yeah? I'm just gonna go see if I have a little something I can make a quick snack out of. Be right back. Not a fucking burrito. Got a burrito wrap. I'm just eating straight. Cause I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. But I ain't no damn sandwich or a burger. But a burrito wrap. Oh. My banana almost took a tumble. Banana almost took a tumble. Took a plunge to its death. Up to my lighting, it dimmed, which happens over time. Human touch will be gone. Oh, it's getting close to, yeah. Like I even saw this on my way back home after I got survived. Like there was this group of friends and stuff that were walking, and it was like pretty much their communication was basically yelling Shrek memes, like "Donkey." I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, hold up, donkey. No! He just yelling random shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Who are they even yelling that to? Like, one of them was yelling it to one of them, and the other one was like... it was just so weird. I was just like, what the fuck? The other one was like, oh, hell no, you know, I'll go as fast as I want. And he just started running off, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And the other chick was just like, donkey, no! It's so weird. I'm just like, this is like what our social communications have gone to now. Just yelling Shrek memes at each other. Speaking of fucking Shrek memes, I keep getting recommended these like type of videos of like Shrek, but it's like 4,000% faster. Except when he shows, like, his ass or something. It's just like, okay, then. And then there was, like, one that was, like, this 10,000% faster, except for every scene where he smiles. And I'm just like... It's so weird, dude. We're entering the incel age. We're entering the collapse age, is what we're entering.
We're entering a very dangerous age. Very dangerous.
Make it.
Oh.
Incels unite.
Oh.
Incels unite. Incels unite. Gotta have them incels unite. Have them incels unite. Have them incels unite. Have us incels unite. Voluntary celibate. Alien fighters. From 4chan. We have the possibility tonight of more wars than I can ever remember. What? Vuvuzulu and Irans? In the Irans? Because, yeah, the U.S. has been trying to make a fucking excuse to do regime change in Iran and Venezuela. No shit. More wars, more profit, more exploitation of natural resources as the whole climate and our ecosystems crumble around us. And in the middle of a mass extinction event. Sweet. The 6th mass extinction event. Causation? Man. Gotta love it, right? Gotta fucking love it. And I wonder, I kind of wonder what people actually think what the unemployment rate is in this country. Because, some people think it's really low. Even though it ain't. Russia, Croatia. I like how Croatia was just thrown in that list. But, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Thank you, neoliberal administrations that have perpetrated more war since fucking the dawn of time, basically. Brazil, Palestine. Yeah, Palestine. Yeah, that is just this whole another can of worms, man. Like, it should be pretty simple to be like, hey, don't do apartheid and human rights violations. Oh, you're doing that. Well, we're going to crack down on you. It should be pretty fucking pretty basic, rational logic, because that's what Israel does, is apartheid and human rights violations, and does war crimes against Palestine and the Palestinians and their civilians. So, and we're also, trying to back a illegal coup in Venezuela, and also try to sabotage Iran's economy by embargoing and sanctioning the shit out of them. We're doing that with Venezuela too. Croatia's a NATO ally. Yeah, which is kind of why I found it funny he lumped it in there. I don't know why Croatia would have anything to do with it. I mean, Turkey's our ally, and they're doing some stupid shit too, and they're part of NATO, so they get to easily get away with it. They get to get away with it all the time they want. They do. With our backing, I mean, Jared Kushner was known to get Turkish money. He literally took foreign money from Turkey and made the Trump administration do bidding for them after he mentioned some shit that would legit benefit them, which it did. Stop funding and helping the Kurds. Okay, easy enough. That is, in the interest of Turkey. It's pretty self-explanatory because they cracked that down on them. I'm talking about today about the Zionist China build and turn military, even though they... Well, yeah, of course they're turning those into military installations. Why else will they build them? I'm not surprised. Of course we're going to tell them not to do it. And frankly, I think there could be an argument to be made that they probably shouldn't. But we can't force them not to. I'll say that much. Yeah. Damn banana.
What am I thinking about?
Huh?
What did you do with it?
What you looking for?
My bone. The bone.
Oh, it's down below, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
They were looking at Taiwan, a future problem. I mean, if you want to look at it technically, Taiwan isn't necessarily Taiwan, it's the Republic of China. And with that, there's a lot of political position as to why, like, Taiwan is claimed by China and why Taiwan also claims China. So, because it used to be the nationalist Chinese government prior to the Civil War. Well, some weak South Asian countries. I think, if anything, they'll probably persuade them to just do things in their interest. Basically be like, hey, we'll give you a little something like technology, resources, or whatever they need, for them to allow them to, do what they need. Or whatever they want. That's where they got the idea from Russia wanting to swallow up small, weak countries around it. Well, of course, they're expanding. That's what they're going to do. And that's what they are doing. I mean, it's what the whole geopolitical chess game is. It's what we do, Russia does, China does. UK still. That's what they all do. Doesn't mean they shouldn't, but they do. coin E4, which does what? More profit. It produces more profits for the military-industrial complex. So, of course, more money for the profiteers. So, status quo. Boom. Oh no.
A long day.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Everything's going wrong.
And then the annoying little shit wants to beckon for attention. And probably try to sneak herself a treat, I tell you what. Liking this little bowl. Give it a little use and it'll eventually start warming itself in.
Shit.
But what would you do if tomorrow China has a big army roll in those little countries place their flag to a Senate watch? Why is it our obligation to go do anything about it? In which countries? And if those countries have military installations, then there's obviously would be a conflict of interest with that. And considering that, we shouldn't be going in there anyway. Probably wait for you to call me a warmonger. Boomer Joe. Nah, it's just Boomer Joe.
Need one of the cushy foam pads underneath here.
Uh-huh. They have them.
Mm-hmm. Those ass cushions that aren't really an ass. Hank Hill had one of those. I think he would endorse you.
You know what's sad about it, though?
Hmm.
You went drunk when you broke your bone.
I was pretty sober, actually.
That's what it said. Last time I broke mine, I was very sober. I was worried about them sheep, man. Yep.
Oh my god. These little countries can catch on fire for all I care. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily maybe go as far as that, but it's not our duty to protect other nations' sovereignty. They should be able to do that themselves, or form a coalition amongst each other.
Yeah.
So if they ask for help, if they ask, that'd be a little bit of a different story, but I wouldn't have a direct JK. Oh, I feel. Well, I kind of feel what you mean, though. But yeah. I mean, I wouldn't just like let a nation just outright just crumble under its own weight. By that point, there should be a little bit of like aid. Like aid actually sent in. But
Well, down early.
when it comes early,
Yeah. Man.
what's your definition of early?
72.
Eh. Okay. All right.
I'll live to 81.
Well, that'll be a good run, though.
Whenever the Lord wants to take me. You see the Robert? Come on up. Come on up.
So if they ask, do we let the big powerful roll over the people as
Oh,
10 minutes square? So,
baby's back in.
like, I'll put it this way: do you really want a war with China?
You don't want to hear the
Do you?
dee 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 dee. Robert Ray, come on down.
Oh, really?
No, wait, hey.
Come on down. No, wait. It's wrong. I'm going to go up. I may have to speak to a manager or something. Because y'all got my papers mixed up with other Robert Ray. I ain't going down. I got to go up. Now, it says right here, go down. That ain't right, man. It's going to be too damn hot down there. I can't handle the heat. Well, you should have done what you did. What did I do? It's all written right here.
If you could guess the prices of these 4 items,
You go up.
yeah,
Oh my
like
God.
the truth or consequences,
Oh,
you get a winning prize.
You can only negotiate with positions of strength. Based on what? Why not on a position of peace or position of cooperation? Prefer that a lot more. I should be an ally. If, in that sense, yeah. Still around Soviet Union.
Oh, I love my babies.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, most likely.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, spin the wheel, boy.
Spin the wheel, make a deal. Spin the wheel, make a deal.
Where the hell?
Did you lose?
They only look at that as weakness. That's their problem. Only one can negotiate on a position of strength. Adolf Hitler, 1938. Spicy meme, Adolf. Something about a truck needing to be fixed.
No, I know where his drill was.
Oh.
Now it's dark out.
Huh?
So now it's dark out.
He stole that from me. He went forward in time and took that from you. And then went back in
I don't
time.
remember the last time you had it.
Well, I was charging it, and I couldn't find it this morning in the truck. It's probably someplace stupid.
Huh.
It could be somewhere stupid, but chances are it might be in there. If I had to take a guess.
Oh, okay.
One can only negotiate for a position of strength. Adolf Hitler, 1930.
Give it to me.
I'll take a couple. And look where that got him. Got him pretty good up until 1942. And even then it wasn't good for anyone. Maybe we should negotiate on different positions. Hitler went to Mexico to do an Olmec mushroom ritual, and Spears commanded him to end the Chosenites. Still want to make it right.
What?
Or good. Or correct. Or morally superior. However you want to put it. Do you want some chocolate, Bear? Do you want just all the chocolate in the world? Do you just want a nice big fat chocolate ice cream sundae?
Not baby.
I think he's really actually expecting something. Like you're actually getting anything, little twerp.
Why do you think he gets you, baby? Go in the house.
Now he's over here thinking he's getting something.
In the house.
It was in the truck. I needed that today. I couldn't find it. There's too much crap in there.
So it was in there?
Yeah.
There you go.
All along.
I do. I do, right now.
I'll hold you here. Come here.
My spirit once said that the fact that Jews are Jewish people gives him the right to Israel. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't give him a right to dick.
Come here.
He can go shove it with his facts. They're not feelings, they're facts. Facts over feelings, remember? Hi, buddy. You're just really wanting some attention, aren't you? All right, now you're looking at me. What? What, do you want up here?
We don't have any food.
Yeah, you just want food. Yeah, if I don't do this, you don't beg to be up, you don't want just attention. Yeah, you want something. You're thinking that we got food, or a treat, or something.
Honey, I don't think the treats that we have would be good for you. They ain't good for us.
They're not even good for us, yeah. Yet we have them anyway.
Yeah, go in the house.
They would just have her kill you. Yeah, that's right.
Go in the house.
Wander away now. There you go.
Go in the house. No, do not eat.
No.
Do not eat
Okay,
this shit.
there you go.
Go.
Yeah.
There.
Just deter him away.
What it does like to eat cat shit.
Well, there actually is a reason why they do eat shit. It's because they can actually get information out of it. Because there's there's something about their like a gland in their nostrils or in like that when they eat it, it allows them to like know what animal that was, what gender it was, and like what it's eating and where it kind of came from and stuff. And kind of the general.
I don't know this.
It's just it's pretty much, based on the diet of what, the byproduct, what was left, and plus the sense of that creature and shit, and the actual shit itself. It's a little...
That's kind of wild. In other words, if it eats whatever cat poop or raccoon, whatever, they don't know exactly what it is, where it came from, and how long.
Not literally the individual in it itself, but like that raccoon and, probably the family of raccoons or whatever, just be like, this is an elk of some sort. Probably. So this may be food. And it is probably going that way or something, It's just like it came from, somewhere from like the southern regions, and now I need to go up north, to keep going for it. Because they're doing their migrating patterns or something like that. I mean, the information is, it's just like rudimentary stuff, for us.
Why do they like to eat cat poop, though? Even domestic dogs like to eat cat poop.
Probably it's just a...
The flavorful to them, like candy?
I don't know, but I do know that it's probably just them tapping into it a little bit, just be like, eh.
I had a golden retriever or whatever, they don't know what it was, but he loved it. I had to keep away from it when I took it for walks.
That doesn't make sense. Well, yeah, it doesn't. The Jewish justice say should have been so far away from the old world. Bikiniato. They took the land from it. Adversary now strong. No, they didn't. They kind of literally just like kind of plopped in after 1945. And was negotiated amongst like the First World Nations, and no one really had say who were there, which led to a lot of conflicts. Palestine before they arrived. It wasn't. Yeah, kind of was a little bit. It was just occupied by a multitude of different countries over the course. Suicide in this movement exists long before World War I. Theodore Herzl in his movement. Actually, kind of unaware about it, so. I mean, I'm sure it's been around even before then, too. I mean, if you think about it, it's probably been around for quite a long time. Since the 1860s. So I'm probably even before then. Maybe. Don't die, sir.
Please. You miss me though. Crazy man.
Whoa. Well, Robert crazy. He indeed is. I think that's something we can all agree to. We could definitely agree. What you finding on the receiver?
I don't know. I wish I could know how to seed and when's I plant.
I'm trying to find some obscure little station.
No, it's actually trying to find a race.
Wonder if you try to ask him again. It says probably not, but there's a chance maybe. It's up to him, I guess. Oh, the world's collapsing around us. Ecosystem dying. We got insects and birds dying at fast increasing number rates. Versus lost a third of the population in the change of 2019. Insects dying at incredible rates. Going off the grid, that's a damn right. But this problem will never be solved. Trying to mix themselves. Whatever it is, so let's take sides. Taking sides? They're taking the we're good, everyone else is bad side, and the U.S. is helping us. That's their side. They haven't been taking any sides. Arabs have been fighting amongst themselves since the death of Muhammad's Shia Sunni succession crisis. Yeah. Pretty much. There's always been, like, warring tribal conflicts, but, you know, they have never been as bad up until that point. Sway good googly moogly. It's kind of funny, though. Squabbling over nonsense because one of their prophets died and now they can't figure out, you know, whether he should actually be one or not. It's like, what? What nonsense? Nonsense! I mean, honestly, if we were able to, like... If, like, every single prophet who claimed to be a prophet was legitimized, we would have had, like, 20 cajillion prophets. Like, it's, like, there's so many people who always try to make the claim that they are, you know, that, like, oh, you know, I'm literally, it's like, no, it's like, nah. You know what we'd call you? We'd call you a schizophrenic. Last Flash Fight was good. The news articles, they were. I mean, it just, like, really just kind of showed how, like, it really shows like how little legitimate potential we have in actually trying to like do anything positive for our own selves as in a more global society sense. Like, because automation's continuing to go around, and be around the corner and growing every day. Climate change is something that no one's takes into consideration, and it's just beyond the turning point. We're essentially into another mass extinction event because of that, and we're continuing a lot of exploitation. It's just, and the system is utterly crippled and broken. Like, there's so much wrong. And we're just kind of all like, or in disbelief and skepticism of all religions, not just our own. Yeah. The democracy effect is a real problem that no one wants to address. Yeah, really, seriously, it is. Generally, you can't believe any prophets. Well, yeah, because that idea is absurd. Those people tend to be a little. So, no thanks. Rather not deal with those type of shenanigans. Oops. Hashtag not all but dumb people are breeding more than intelligent people. Oh, yeah. Very much so. A lot of them are. Like, they, I mean, because if you think about it, a lot of them, a lot of the dumbs don't generally know a lot about legitimate, ways to protect themselves, during sex, or even, do birth control, methods. And it's just absurd that, we don't even have, like, open access to that information. So, instead of actually trying to advocate for proper education, we just have a bunch of dumbs running around. Dysgenic, smart, far-sighted, forward-thinking, intelligent people use it, dumb people don't, and thus breed more. Exactly. No, if we had that information far more accessible and just free and open to use, then even the dumbs will be able to just kind of use it in a little bit more of accessible sense, even if they don't 100% get it. But behavior is a lot more heritable than we like to be. A comfortable truth red pilled. Hashtag not all. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely share a lot of behaviors of my dad and my mom. Probably more so than my dad, if anything. But, that's, that's definitely true. A lot of, you can see that in nature, too. Like, if you look at different packs and different, for killer whales, for example. Killer whales, in their pods, in killer whale pods, they have all, their own little community and their own set language, essentially. And, every pod has their own unique little society, essentially, how they act and behave with each other and how they communicate too, even. So, you can see different types of behavior that animals have, and it just goes on and passes down. And even if they're not with that environment anymore after development, and they'll still have a lot of that same behavior. I mean, you can see the very same thing in humans, too. It's no different. Most of them have access to condoms. They choose not to use it. Condoms are dirt cheap. Government organizes plan for it. Gives them away. Yeah. And that's why that's why every option should be easily accessible and just accessible. Because it's not just condoms you can use. You can just take a simple little pill, or even a quick little something you can inject into yourself, and be good for a long time. Except evolution above the neck. Except evolution above the neck up at all areas, except humans, because feelings before facts. Yeah. can't accept that we're also under that same umbrella. Us getting here is on that very virtue alone. So it's just like, yeah, we're obviously going to have, we obviously, have a product of evolution involved with us on that. Need incentive for the poor people who don't need to be having kids to get sterilized. I do advocate for that. I do advocate incentive for, poor people. If they don't want the risk of having children, then there should be a program for them to go do that, where they don't have to have any. And it's not because, I don't want that person to, not, have a good love life or whatever. They can still do that. I mean, there's ways where you can still have a good sex life and, be sterile. So, it's not that big of a diff. I think there's a surgery where you can get, your vas deferens, laser cut. And it, seals them off, so then nothing can get past. So... And that is a very, very minorly intrusive. This is barely invasive. Any more shoeless toddlers running in dirty diapers around Walmarts? Damn right, dude. You get very annoyed that the parents who bring 50 of their children into a shop, and all of them are just running amok chaotically. It's just oh my god, you should not have been having kids. At best, you should have had one and kept it at that. I think at best people should just be having one. Because at that point, I don't even know how even someone on a personal level can handle someone, handle more than one kid. That's a challenge, one at a time. That's even what my mom did it at one at a time. So shit, I can agree to that. Shit like that makes gas chambers up. Oh my god, really? Damn, son. For who? At that point. Kids or the parents? Them having more kids is bad because intelligence is largely inheritable. Intelligence is a reliable predictor of variable success in life. I mean, let me see about that one more time. Intelligence is pretty reliable predictor of variable success in life. Oh, this intelligence leads to social stratification, but when it does have more, that makes it worse. Well, yeah. Well, obviously. I mean, actually, no. I mean, it's not that I'm trying to go into that, but, it's more on just the whole intelligence aspect of being on a reliable indicator for, at least just as a variable in the success in life. Because I feel like there's other variables that I think would probably be a little bit more important than just that. But, again, it's just because I'm not as adverse on this specific issue when it comes to intelligence, IQ, and that whole broad subject. As you can see in education. Well, to be fair, this is so science. A lot of the recent articles I read, it always says it's still disputed, so. Again, I'm not that knowledgeable on the issue, so I'm reluctant to make it a distinct, comment. There are a few things in human psychometry with more of a spine than this. Well, send me some links on it, and I'll definitely and I'll read up on them. So I don't know much about all the info, because if I read them up, I can also share it to my other friends too. See what they think on it. Argos as disputers don't present any new psychometric data. To be fair, I don't remember if they the ones I've read do or not. So. I'll say fair enough on that one. Conjecture, political, moral discovery. Talk about these realities. Yeah, it's not that it's not that I'm uncomfortable about it. It's just that I'm not versed on it. So it's hard for me to really say one thing or the other without feeling like an idiot. And instead of feeling like an idiot, I'd rather at least have some layman's understanding of it. Is IQ perfect a parameter of general intelligence? No. Hashtag no. Hey, that's the thing. It's that I think we all get. It's just that. Fuck. It's just like for me, it's like not knowing much about the topic in itself. Plus. I like to consider myself an intelligent person in a sense, but, I definitely say I'm necessarily successful either on a lot of different parameters. I would say I am in a lot of different other areas, but not everything. But, there is definitely a likelihood of me doing criminal activities is likelihood of, 0. Me having children out of wedlock is definite 0. And there's obvious things that, would, show that, to me being a little bit more intelligent about certain things and a little bit more rational thinking on a lot of different specifics, that I'm not going to do certain things that people would be the dumbs, would be far more likely to just not consider. This is what a dispassionate look at the gates of the psychometric studies comes to, just serious amount of taboos nested within each other. Yeah, because, I got no problem talking about this type of subject. I'm talking about it right now with my very limited, knowledge on the subject. But, for me, I just need to learn a lot more about it before I, just delve into it. I just, need to learn what's already there, and then, from there, just kind of go for there. There's a really good book called The Bell Curve. Talks about stratification of intelligence and the effects it has. I think I actually saw that book last time I was getting some new books. So if it's still at the bookstore that I went to, then I'll have to go get it maybe. Check it out. Change my mind. Intelligence is literally only hereditary. Change my mind. Intelligence is a taboo topic. People don't want to hear that it's real. They don't want to hear that someone has more of it than others. They don't want to hear that it's largely inheritable. Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily even a negative or positive either, because that doesn't necessarily mean someone can have intelligence or gain intelligence, from being educated over time and stuff, and then over time that grows within the generations passed down, if they do pass down. And so I don't think it should be viewed as a negative or a positive, but in a sense of let's look at it as something we could try to build up, try look at our the whole global, I guess one thing I could look at in the layman's terms of what I do see it is we shouldn't see it as a negative or a positive, in the sense of this is a good thing, we should consider, this is a bad thing, we can't, whatever. It should be considered that this doesn't make one human being worth more than another. That should be obvious. Yeah, I think that's the first thing, the first step into, kind of coming into that idea, because I don't think, just because someone has really low IQ doesn't necessarily mean that, they can be, someone who's really smart and very, talented in, a few subjects, So, like, because there's people that definitely have, like, forms of mental disabilities or, forms of disabilities, in a sense that would, inhibit them in a lot of ways and, even lower their IQ, but are very, talented people in a lot of different other aspects. So, it shouldn't, in order to, I think, help make that more commonplace so we can boost out more of that and not make it seen as such a bad thing, and make it more of like, something more, I don't know, like something more just a part of ourselves that, we can work on and, make better in a sense. Like there's a lot of different things about our own nature that we've been able to change over time, and it's just something that we could, potentially do as well. Differences in IQ America's greatly predictive variable success in society if the staff must cause social strife. Which, yeah, like, and I think a lot of that also has to do with the suppression of the ability of not just IQ, but just that particular society to grow in a lot of ways. For various different variables. Like, I think the number one, we could look at is the Middle East with how exploited with the endless wars and the power vacuums that have, popped in and out, in that region over the course of the last century or so. Probably longer than that, way longer than that, honestly. And have caused a lot of inabilities for that place to grow in comparison to places like Europe or even the U.S. to some extent, Measurements have an IQ a few standard deviations above. Can't very much, you're just plowing a field, but in this information, you can start a hedge fund or a bank software company. Yeah. Or or start a cooperative, or make a little, do a little band, or, do all sorts of different things. Like, there's a lot of different outlets and abilities for, people to go seek out their attributes. And I think a lot of the problem as to why that isn't being seeked out is because there's nothing that in our system currently that enables or encourages and enforces that type of thing to prosper more. It's just suppressed. It's just meant to make more drones for the for the minimum wage jobs essentially. Someone who's smart enough to game the system can get far ahead. Oh yeah. Like, there's a lot of different ways that that my friends have, kind of gamed the system in some ways, and, if, to some extent, even my, not without any details, like, I know people in my own family that have. So, like, if you know how to do it, and you're smart about it, that's the key word on it, and know how to do it smartly, the smart way to do it, at least, then, you can get yourself a little extra jump. But I don't, I think my thing is like, there's not a lot of that, outlet, for people to, get up, get far in that type of system anymore. Like, you have to, you essentially have to be, smart in order to try, essentially to, be smart enough to go seek it out and go do it. And it's not just available for people to have, to make their own abilities and intelligence smarter. Essentially, they already have to have like that underlying essential. But I guess the concept sends back to postmodern offensive. All individuals, gender groups are exactly the same, blank slate formed by environment. Man, which I don't even know if that's the exact philosophy of what it would be called, but yeah, whatever that is, it's just, no, that's not exactly true. Like, individuals aren't this, like, we're only the same as in we're the same species. I mean, and we should see ourselves as that, and we shouldn't, and, we should, see ourselves, as an equal species in a sense, to try to, to help bring ourselves up on all our differences. that's at least my idea, you know. But yeah, there's a reason why there aren't many dumbs making bank on Wall Street. Yeah, and there's a reason why a lot of smart people like Jordan Belfort, you know, gamed the system for a good chunk of time and made a lot of money out of it. Well, then he got kind of fucked, but now he's, you know, doing his own thing, doing like encouragement, optimist speeches and stuff like that, like life speeches, selling books. Oh, come on. I don't know why I always feel like I always have like a tune in my head whenever I start doing these. Like an hour and a half in, usually. I was watching for earlier talking about your fan crinkling. Speaking of that, crinkling. get their content published on the internet. Joe want to be their manager. What? I just saw a video tell why Trump's $1 billion loss proves he's a genius. What? No. That shows he's a fucking loser. That shows he's a moron. I couldn't figure the crinkling out, so I'm going regarding putting it first. So you can understand. How do I even know what that one is? It's an interesting sound. I'm just barely touching the string, and it just makes this really interesting sound. It's just a really interesting mute sound. Just sorry, deal. 5 summons ignorance to follow Avenue. What? Oh my god.
course, if you had a story to tell, Alan Hynek would be the first one standing there.
I want more from my god than his wanting money on daddy. What the fuck? What have y'all devolved into when I'm in jamming? What have y'all devolved into? What the bloody hell? What the bloody hell, y'all fucking freaks, yeah? Y'all just fucking freaks? What y'all just jamming on about? I left my other vitamin water in here. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. I need to go. I need to stand up and get it. Oh, it's not frozen yet. Sweet, cool. Oh, wait, hold up. Let's see if I can make it. Let's make the shot. Why do we all, like, whenever someone's in here, I always miss. And you always miss too. There's like, it doesn't like multiple people here.
I guess so.
I'm gonna try again. I bet I can probably make my second shot.
There you go.
Boom! That's what I'm talking about. It's right now. Dex bitches. Because it's better to live. It's better to die on my ass than to live on my feet. I almost flipped it. Better to die on my ass than to live on my feet. I just remember he's flying to perspective for so if he goes perspective, I'll be tracking still down. Stalker vibes. Stalker vibes. Stalker vibes. Hold up. Hold up. We'll get the perfect effect. Stalker vibes. Stalker vibes. Stalker vibes. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Stalker vibes. Oh, I like this one. I like this, don't you? Don't you like it when we get a little creepy? I got multiple eye pupils going on, boy. Do you really want to mess with me when I can see everywhere? See everything. Oh, yes. I can see everything with my multiple pupils. Okay. Alright, we'll find something different here. Mono. Hey, I like this one. I like this one. I like this. This one's good. I like this monotone. Say. Nice and chilled. I'm just gonna cool myself with this right here. It's gone door to door when he moved into his elderly retirement community Medicare apartment. Door to door for what? That's like a salesman trying to solicit items to people? What's he soliciting? Vitamin water? My show? What? Oh my god, if I somehow become popular in a retirement community, I think I'll just, I don't know. I'll become like everyone's favorite like person in this like one retirement community. Become like a baby celeb and they all start sending me like their retirement checks for some reason. Like I start just making random money out of nowhere just because. Ah! Oh man. Oh my goodness. Sex offender registry. Oh, it's a lot more darker than I realized. Oh. I was having fun with it. You made it dark, sir. Well, to be fair, we all in black and white. Which I do like this. It even makes me look a little more suave. Especially with this hat on. My Trilby fedora. Let's try to find like an absurd way to wear it. There we go. It's backwards and it's like barely on my head. Absurd. Absurd. Sorry, you are wearing your hat in an absurd manner. My name is Joe Vincent Malloy. I'm a registered sex offender. I serve 10 months and sing for Flash. I'm done. Oh my god. I'm just done. What is this? What's this? What's going on here? Why do I have like random stranules of hair just like deciding to do like the weird suave side thing? I don't want that. I want it slicked back. Thank you. This is the first Super 8 for Landy. Which one? I saw the 2016 one because I literally was there. Beyond that, no. That was probably, if anything, the same, maybe with a few other extras that I haven't seen before yet. So, I haven't... if something's changed and I haven't seen it, I don't know. There was one that was wearing, like, a MAGA hat and a Confederate flag one time, and I was just like, oh, geez, we found the MAGA furry. A furry Trumpard. Oh, man. A furry Trump... Oh, God. Oh, man. You know those do exist, and they're... I'm, like... like, as a furry, I have to say that we are the ones who will easily... Like, as a furry... If you want anything to just be instantly cringe, I can guarantee you I can hit somebody up and and we'll get you to get it the most cringiest thing possible. Furries make everything cringy. And I'm saying this. So, it's just like, I mean, come on. Like, for fuck's sake. There was a kid at my high school who got arrested and charged with some sort of sex crime for walking up behind girls in the hallway, ends up in his cock and peeing on them. Ugh! Why? Yeah, somebody on video on his side. Yeah, there is honestly a lot of them. A lot of surfers. Yeah, and it's not that I really got a problem with them, but a lot of them tend to be just really annoying. Really kind of cringy. Though I follow a few on Twitter who are actually pretty chill, so I mean, it's not like there's none that aren't. You can find that a lot that are pretty chill. Like, there's one that's straight out, like, you know, like a Rand Paul style libertarian, and him and I talk every now and then. And, you know, well, obviously we got different philosophies on a lot of different subjects, but there's plenty more where we got, you know, that we agree on, that we definitely, you know, have, you know, common ground on. So, if we come to that, then there's not a real problem. Most first Super Raiders look like nice people in the video. Oh yeah, everyone, like, when I remember, like, 90% of the people there were really chill and very friendly, really nice. Yeah, like, there's 10% of people that are either just like, you know, the smug douchebags, the people that did a little too much of their substances or whatever they may have taken, and then the people that are like still seclusive, even though they're like in a place where they're probably comfortable, if that's what they're all about. Has all the cons. His videos are really good at fun. Yeah, I'm not like an avid conqueror going to all of them all the time. I just like I'll go to them eventually at some point, you know, just to go to them. But the one that I do consistently go, or at least try to consistently go to, and that's just for literally the virtue that the fact it's in my own damn city, is for Orlando. That's the only one that I would try to go to on a more regular basis, just because it's right there. It's the other side of the city. It's by the airport. I'm not by there, but I can easily you know, take our public transit and go all the way over there. It's not that hard. It's like a 10-minute walk collectively. It's like 5 minutes from the station after I leave, and then 5 minutes when I leave my house. Like, and then between that, it's just transit. So, I mean, it's not that hard for me to go. Those rain first. There were scavengers around the lobby. Should have somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, those type of people should legitimately be, like, put into questioning. Like, detained and questioned. Because that's, like, some public safety shit. That's, like, some public safety hazard level of problem. Like, that's just so disgusting, dude. Like, fuck you. Like, and anyone who tried to defend that, fuck you too. Like, that's just so gross. That's just like, no, that's just indefensible. I don't care what your kinks are. This isn't a place to go flaunt it like this. Do that in your own house where you can go dirty it up all you want. Like, fuck off with that. Ugh. Like, I don't mind. Well, I don't care, I should probably better say, that if people want to, you know, be like, oh, I'm in the, like, oh, I'm in like the baby shit or whatever, which is fucking weird on its own right. But And, you know, I've met with them, and I've talked with a few of them before, and it's just like, yeah, like, you know, it's like, you know, a lot, like, some of y'all are chill, but man, y'all gotta keep it under control, like, for fuck's sake, like, you don't see me gonna flaunt around, you know, my weird shit. If I did, not a lot of people would be hanging around me. But I don't, so, I'm chill as fuck. I'm honestly amused by them doing that. I mean, I am too, like, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off, because I'm mocking them in that way. Yeah. Clown World, bring on the downfall. The Untertagen. Or was it Untergegen? The downfall. The Untergegen, I think it's called. Or something like that. I thought it was funny what they did. I hope they do it again just for the lulz. Clown World. Whatever. I just... Better to die on my ass than to live on my feet. Alright. That's just all I have to say. I say hit the gas pedal on the degeneracy. We are apes after all, aren't we? No! No! Shut up! That Liberty commercial. Did you not just hear that torturous brainworm? Oh no. You have become complicit in the worm. I have to put you down. I'll slowly beat you to death with this vitamin water. Slowly but surely. What do you think about drag queens reading story out to kindergartners? What, has that suddenly become a problem? How's, like, okay, on the face value, that doesn't sound necessarily like a big deal. Oh no. People, specifically drag queens, are reading to kindergartners. Whatever shall we do? I've read to kindergartners before. Like, I remember sixth grade, they made us, like, for a week, like, help, like, you know, teach the kindergartners and shit. And it was just like, ah, jeez. There was a story, one of them brought to read to the kids at the library was a registered sex child molest. Okay, that person should have not been at the school at all. That person should have fucked right off, yeah? That person shouldn't have been a mile within any child. But as for everyone else, as long as they're not causing issues, I don't see a problem. Drag queens are really funny, normal ones. Define normal. Come on. Bring on the escalation.
China is promising retaliation. Negotiators are scheduled to resume North Korea launching projectiles into the sea. The second such incident in 5 days. CBS News national security correspondent David Martin. I kind of think of this as Kim Jong-un kind of roaming.
I wonder if John Bolton undermining the peace negotiations has anything to do with that. Putting on drag queens, kindergartens, to schools, and libraries weird and not necessary. I mean, like, I don't really got necessarily a major problem with it. I mean, like, as long as, like, the underlying thing is, like, hey, like, I mean, it's like if a group of, like, Muslims decided to, like, go to school, like, read to them. I mean, it's like, alright. Where?
Right there.
Oh, hold on. That's a little guy. Oh, that guy's harmless. Yeah. That's a harmless little sucker. Oh, I got him. These little guys are males, and they're kind of like, essentially like little drones. There you go. Yeah. Hi, buddy. We got a little friend. Oh, don't go on my end. No, thank you.
The suspect in the recent synagogue shooting in California was in federal court.
I heard explosion.
He did it because, quote, the Jewish people are destroying the white race.
Oh.
CBS's Steve Futterman. The federal complaint accuses John Ernest with 109 counts of hate crimes and civil rights violations. U.S. Attorney John Brewer says the 19-year-old accused killer's motivation was clearly hate. In his manifesto, he stated, as an individual, I can only kill so many Jews. Ernest is also charged.
I could what? I walked in, I heard I can only kill so many Jews. I'm like, wait, what? Huh? Okay then. Buddha boy shoot missiles again. I wonder why that is. Could it be that he's doing it as a deterrent to keep us at bay? Because it's like, hey, we got stuff that can leave a dent in you if you do intervene and try to attack us, so leave us alone. Or let's continue talks and shit instead of instigation and shit. I'd prefer that, so this doesn't have to continue happening. Bear, what the hell do you want?
A 6-year-old child in the hospital tonight after
What, honey? Just a second.
Oh, now you want attention from me. See, now you just want attention. This little son of a bitch wants attention.
Ugh.
What you want, huh? What do you want? What do you want?
She says the child may have life-threatening injuries, but she's not quite sure the extent of his injuries. The warmer weather means ski and snowboard season is winding down at Mount Hood Meadows.
No.
What you want to do, baby?
Down for the most part, but there will be a brief Memorial Day ski weekend at Meadows. Otherwise,
Snowboarding skiing season's over. I am sad. Clinical depression what's the fucking word? Intensifies. There we go. Poor baby. What? That poor little punk. He's the one who like gets spoiled. He gets spoiled, bruh. I mean, not as spoiled as his sister, the little runt. That little sneak wants to eat. His sister's way worse about it. She'll eat anything. I'm fucking serious. She will straight up eat anything. She actually ate like a whole fat chocolate bar once, and we caught it just in nick of time to where she was still fine. But I was just like, what the fuck? That dog is lucky as shit to still be alive after eating a fat thing of chocolate. Not that one, but the little runt sister of his. A lot smaller, but way more fatter. Got someone in a few countries away dying in a race fire. It was determined to be a hate crime. Where? Oh, a few counties away. I don't know why I read that as countries. But, yeah, I would consider that sort of, I mean, if it was a fire and, you know.
Come to bed.
He wanted you to go in his bed?
He wanted me to come to bed. He jumped in my bed and
He just kind of sat there?
Yeah, he wanted me to come to bed.
Yeah. Counties. Yeah, I already got it. But, yeah, I mean, hate crimes are a thing, so, I mean, it's just that you have to actually look at the case and determine if it actually is or not, and if there's people that were attacked, you know, and died in a fire, and it was purposeful, especially due to the race or whatever, then yeah, I can consider that a hate crime. On top of arson and murder, you know, like, I mean, like, at the very least, it's definitely outright fucking murder.
Saudi Arabians, Lebanese, and Egyptians financed by a Saudi Arabian guy living in Afghanistan and sheltered by Pakistanis. So you're saying we need to invade Iran?
I wonder how many takes it took Stephen McFarlane to do that without flubbing it up.
Please don't call. This is a pre-recorded show. It's the best of Ground Zero on FM News 101 KXL.
There are several black churches set on fire in the South. Yeah, I did hear about those recently, and it's kind of fucked up. It's like, just bring on the despair even more. I wish I had this filter on way longer. It fuels me right now. It feeds me. But just an absurd world we live in. Clown world. Supposedly things are getting better even though they're really not. Gotta love the optimists. Trying to butter up the world even though it can't be buttered up anymore. There's nothing left to butter. It's already been buttered up and melted away and is ready to get sizzled in on the bacon. I think not. White Nazis are running on. Not necessarily. It's alt-right and white ethno-statists, and, you know, yeah, there is racism that is, you know, being used in a lot of fringe groups, but I wouldn't necessarily outright Nazism is back. I mean, yeah, there is a rise, an indicator and a rise of, group of people who affiliate themselves and identify as such, but I feel like they're not necessarily the number one problem. We smoke up at Dill Roof Church in Charleston. Damn, son. Damn. Savage. Utmost savagery. Hershey's. But it's used for so many things. But it should not be used for the optimist. It's important to note that when it comes to white nationalism and identitarianism, it's not the latter part of the equation that they have a problem with. It's the white part. Focus, I mean. Yeah. To me, it's not just the first part, it's also the latter part. Like, I don't necessarily have anything against someone being, like, having, like, a nationalistic pride in, their country or whatever. But, because everyone, you got the right to have whatever view or belief you got. But, same thing with identitarianism. I mean, in some sense, I think, to some certain applicability, identitarianism could, on a more broader idea, could probably be more beneficial, like, more, like looking at the human identity, instead of just, like, white identity or black identity. Yeah. Locals are different. So long as they're outright, because fuck whites, am I right? Hold on. Let me get my mono back. There we go. About setting up a way for members of the military to support exploring suspicious sightings without facing retribution. And we had talked earlier about how the military is also setting up a new nomenclature again for these sightings. It's changing. Everything is changing about how we identify these things. Why? Because of people like J. Allen Hynek. J. Allen Hynek, for the longest time, got rid of the term UFO, trying to, talk about it in another form, because he said that UFO actually created the kind of derision that they were seeking as scientists to try and get down to the bottom of what is and what is not considered to be extraordinary, or something that can be looked upon as extraterrestrial or nuts and bolts or what have you. And of course, Harry Reid now, in his interview, he said, what happened? Locals tend to be really indifferent to that idea. If anything, they promote those type of ideas on the extremist level, just for their own personal agendas. It's just like, it's like, how about no? How about no? No. No, thank you. Butter's so good as a spread. He's just going on about the butter. It's so good as a spread, and grilling soft butter is an excellent, tasty lubricant. Tasty lubricant, huh? Sounds like you got experience with that.
What is happening, and the push is on for this to go down. And I would say that if this is the case, then the New York Times report that came out in 2017 is actually being extended. A lot of money is going into important studies, ones that no longer are debunking, but certainly are reconsidering how UFOs are being investigated.
Focus area, okay, methods of nationalism in Central America, black nationalists, South Africa, etc. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, for me, it's such a really interesting thing because, like, yeah, like, I mean, like, I don't necessarily have, you know, have, like, any actual, like, issue of someone just having, like, you know, a pride in their ethnicity. Like, you know, I got, like, some sense, you know, some level of, like, hey, you know, I like, you know, it's cool that, you know, I'm part Norwegian, Irish, and mostly Northwest European and shit, you know, it's like, yeah, it's cool. I mean, it doesn't really do much for me, so I don't really think anything of it, you know, but, you know, for a lot of people, obviously, they don't think like that, you know, so it's always just really interesting to be like, I mean, like, you know, on one level, try to be like, you know, hey, you know, it's cool to explore and understand more of your ancestry and your heritage and, you know, your ethnicity and your genetics. I think there's all, you know, a genuine curiosity about that, you know, that people potentially can have. And it's just that, I don't know, it's just like with that, you know, to try to use that as like some like philosophical agenda to push for, you know, it's just the confusing aspect to me. It's just because it's not, I mean, there's, you know, like at least with the genetic aspect, there's a certain applicability, but just because of like ethnicity alone or whatever, it's just like, okay. That's interesting. That came out showing that white liberals are more welcome race than African Americans. Aye. Whatever that means, yeah. It's like, this argument is just, you know, the whole like race argument is just always so just tiring for me. Because it's like, because for me it's just like, you know, like I have like an antithesis, like an antithetical philosophy of that. Like it's because I don't, like, yeah, like I, you know, acknowledge, you know, the different ethnicities and you know, et cetera, like I don't, like, it's not that I don't not acknowledge it, but it's just like, you know, to make it such a major issue, you know, number one core factor, you know, and whether you like someone or not, or a group of people or not, it just makes no sense to me. It's always should be about, like, you know, whether, you know, the actions or, you know, the actual views that person has, not necessarily what, you know, genetic background they got. Like, I mean, they're, like, the actual attributes is, you know, is what makes them actually good. It's just like, I mean, because if we're able to take, like, the whole race aspect into places, I mean, it's like, what, like, so if I hate, you know, all black people, like, I have to say that, like, Neil deGrasse Tyson is just, like a dumb ape. Like, what? He definitely isn't. Like, we're all apes, but, I mean, he's definitely not dumb. More liberals, on average, have a lower opinion of the whites than African Americans. And also have a higher opinion of African Americans than African Americans as of themselves. Yeah, like, I have a, like, yeah, at least just for speaking from my own experience, like, I don't got a lower opinion on just, obviously, I mean, of, like, any whites, or have a higher opinion of, you know, blacks specifically, you know, I empathize with their plight, you know, especially for history and shit. I definitely empathize with that and their struggles and everything. But, you know, it doesn't necessarily make me have a higher opinion of the group. It's just like, damn, I empathize with your, you know, problems and strife in life. You know, it's just like, that's rough. I feel bad for, you know, your, family's past and stuff, you know, and, you know, having to grow up in that, you know, kind of, you know, and that's kind of what happened with, you know, your ancestry and shit, and, you know, to some level, you know, even today, you know, for you, it's just like, damn, that really sucks. I empathize and sympathize with you. It's like, damn. You know, so, I mean, not so much sympathize, but way more on the education. This polling study was on Fox, the article called The Great Awakening. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Great Awakening. Oh man, just shoot me now. Oh man, oh god. Sounds so dumb. I legitimately just feel exhausted just even having to understand that is a reality. I just gotta like sit here for a sec, like, oh my god.
So often, your truck is your most important tool. If your work truck fails, you've got to replace it fast or you can't work. Even if your credit has suffered recently, I mean, maybe your credit's bad. Maybe you've been turned down elsewhere. You gotta have that truck. Well, Dick Anna's Vancouver Truck Center has helped hundreds, thousands get the truck they need to get the job done. And each truck is backed by Dick Anna dealerships, the most trusted company standing behind these trucks. We're making it happen right here. Work trucks, fun trucks. Don't buy a truck, so you scope out Dick Anna's Vancouver Truck Center. See them at Dick Anna's Vancouver Truck Center right across from the giant Vancouver Auto Mall. Dick Anna, believe in nice trucks.
Okay, took some deep breaths. Feeling a lot better, so I don't have any race bias. Only if a person doesn't like butter. I may take time to get you and your frickin' butter. You're just having a little spurg on butter, bro. Nowhere else in the world would you see side evidence risk culture that ate themselves away while Western levels do clown world. I'm on past 1 a.m. again or late night for daddy. Lol. Well, if I continue to get exhausted from just the absurdity, you know, of this bullshit of like, you know, these race issues that shouldn't even be issues. It's just like, it's just like, oh my god, I can't believe we have these are things that need to be taken into consideration when they should just be fucking does. I guess it's not, because we're in a clown world. Clown world. We're living in a clown world. Bring on the nukes. Bring on the nukes. Bring on the nukes. Bringing on the nukes. I actually have a interesting idea I want to try to do. Let's see if... about the serious booms that are plaguing South Salt Lake. And what's interesting about this situation is that there are sounds and recordings of these flashes of light and these explosions, and they just say they've been going on for years. This is this report. In South Salt Lake, folks living in the area say it seems to happen at random. One resident listened to this service and wants to answer the special pastor live tonight with what he's doing. Ooh, that has kind of an interesting sound to it.
Well, he's using his security cameras to take note on when exactly explosions are taking place and where, which direction these lights are coming from. And he's actually giving that information to police officers because last night was the first night that his cameras caught the boom, caught that light. I mean, hoping that those police will help them in their investigation. Although this is a very busy area, a lot of traffic noise, but he says this noise doesn't compare.
Doesn't really work as well as I thought it was.
Busy streets of South Salt Lake.
What, honey? What? You want to go outside? Honey, you get outside? Honey, you want to hold you? Okay. Does it hurt you? Huh? You don't love you. You want to go potty? You need to go outside? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? You want outside? What?
I've been using this little thing to just like, I'm just trying to figure out different little sounds I can do. It's pretty interesting. But it's way too scritchety, so I want to try to find something a little different I can use. This little thing?
Remember to call your mama. She misses you.
Ow. This doesn't really work.
What do you think it is? Similar to what I heard. A maze, and this was broad daylight, no clouds, nothing. In Omaha, Nebraska, and I think it was 2011.
Oh, here it is.
Boom, just like that, a big attack like that. And then here's the thing, Clyde.
I'm trying to find interesting sounds I can do with this. I'm using just various different little things. I'm using a pen now.
Like it was bouncing off the curvature of the earth atmosphere, man. Wow, I mean, it cracks the concrete like this. Really? So do you think it's magnetic, seismic? What do you think? What do you think it is?
Well, I kind of did. That guy makes a good sound, but it's just way too soft. Let's see here. Bet I could find a random little interesting thing. Yes.
Some kind of interdimensional thing that's going on. That's what I think's going on. So you think they're opening up some sort of portal?
No. Oh, well, that got stuck in there now. Great. What the hell? Damn you, sir.
Okay, I've seen all
How in the hell?
I'm not gonna bore you with all my little.
How in tarnation, Samwell?
I've never heard this theory before. It's certainly interesting and intriguing theory.
Let me try to find something here. Ooh, wait, I know. My dad has that weird little metallic magnetic tin thing.
Explosion, and then it's done.
Found you
Some people mistake it as lightning or something else.
Ooh,
But that's not what it is. If people would know, I think, lightning and thunder if they're used to it. And I know there are plenty of thunderstorms in Utah. Not exactly in the winter time, but certainly a lot of thunderstorms in Utah. So that's not a thunderstorm. That's not thunder. That's something else. I was at the time that happened. I was playing a vintage guitar quite loud during the day when I knew nobody was home. And
that doesn't work.
it made that sound like a mouse fart.
There's like nothing. Very little. Oh, this thing? This will work. Oh, this might work.
The military is, they're trying to get inside, if you want to know. They're trying to open up that's what I think.
Dude, this sounds pretty interesting. Found a pretty peculiar little thing. Sounds like a cello bow on string. That's kind of the idea a little bit. This thing's just too small to work. I actually want to get a legitimate bow to actually play with, though. Because that would be pretty cool. Doesn't really work as well. Doesn't work as I thought it would. I will find something.
What are you looking for?
I'm just using like I'm just finding a little something interesting, just like make really interesting sounds out of. Just bog right in the little nail out of that. I was using various different pens and a pencil. I like
I have some big ass screws.
I'm not really necessarily looking for screw. I don't know what exactly I'm looking for. I'm just looking for interesting, something interesting.
There's a wide range of goods, almost 6,000 on the list, released by the US Trade Representative. Goods manufactured here that ranges from vacuum cleaners, circuit boards. The US has been fairly wide-ranging in the goods it's targeting. You can do that because China sends a lot more to the US than the US sends to China. Import taxes on the goods have gone from 10 to 25%. The BBC is Katrina Baswani says American consumers can expect to pay more for these goods.
Certainly, there is a substantial amount of pain that American companies and now American consumers will have to face because of these tariffs put in place by President Trump.
Negotiations scheduled for this Friday morning. CBS News Update.
think I found something. Let's fiddle with this.
So I used to screw the big light inside the hill.
We'll flip it around. Let's see what the smooth side sounds like. It just sounds so ominous. It's pretty interesting. Well, that doesn't do much. What? Maybe I can find something a little different. Ooh, what are these? Very soft.
It must be high, and I'll tell you why. People say, what, you sound like it? No. Well, next time if I go to the ocean, there are no whales in the ocean.
Oh, this actually has a pretty nice sound. That did it. That just sounds horrifying. This is ominous. I like this one. Doesn't really get the sound out though. Yeah, it doesn't get the sound good anymore, really. Well, not anymore. Yeah, this thing doesn't work. I thought it did, but it didn't.
Tonight we're also talking about lights in the skies, explosions, booms. Maybe you've seen something tonight that's caught the corner of your eye that certainly is unexplainable, but we certainly are at a time that I call a UFO flap.
Well,
And there was a time
I found one, so I was
people
gonna
were saying,
use.
well, we're kind of not getting as many UFO reports. We even had internet
I'll try with this pencil one more time, because I had some results with this one too.
UFO reports only count if you submit something to the National UFO Reporting Center. And so that also includes UFOs that are seen in Erie, Utah in 2016. Which, of course, we have that video on our Facebook page we talked about earlier with Sam Shurtak about those UFOs that are going to be releasing some other footage that Rob alluded to before that UFO was sighted. So you can see that the video itself does not shake. We're trying to demonstrate how different the context is. So certainly this is some regular material that we're giving and also tonight we're asking you to have experiences where you'd like to comment on the show, project,
Come on. Actually, that's kind of a nice sound if I can actually get it out.
I just have a theory over here with you. This is a huge thing.
Kind of doesn't work, but it kind of works. Let me show. The strings are so loose that it gets kind of hard to do it. Had to at least end it with a little bit of something that was decent, with me experimenting with random bullshit. That's why they make picks. Well, I wanted to use something besides a pick, damn it. I think the only thing I had somewhat success with was this thing. I mean, let me just make sure to confirm. Bandito. There's a little eyes away from the terrorism of my music. It does kind of have some sound to it. It just sounds real screechy.
Morgan made the buying experience very easy, and we felt confident in our purchase since we were able to do a semi-private wood test in the showroom. Thanks, Morgan. That helped me ensure that the new test would accommodate both my 5-foot frame and my husband's 6-foot frame, too.
Great job, Morgan. The rest of this video and others online at
Fuck. I'm trying to learn that. Repetition really burns into you. Well. No, just me doing like a bluesy. It's kind of like a bluesy outlaw country groove.
Kelsey Manning is out of jail. The former Army intelligence analyst was released Thursday from a facility in Northern Virginia. She spent 2 months in jail for refusing to testify to a grand jury, but her first made she received another subpoena to testify on May 16th before a new grand jury. The lawyer says she will again refuse to answer questions.
Straight from there. We'll be seeing you again whenever you come on again. Always remember, a burger is much better for you than a burrito. Saith the old man. Blasphemy. Absolute bloody blasphemy. Absolute bloody blasphemy. All that you say be heresy. All doth be heresy. All doth be heresy. You speak of nonsense, I tell you. Nonsense. Trying to do yourself anymore at work tomorrow. Don't worry, I'm not. I'm not actively trying to hurt myself at work, thank you very much. I don't want to, like, get actively hurt at work. Thank you. That's the last thing I want to do. Please don't call, it's pre-recorded. Proceeds to call. Why are you closed? I demand to know why you're closed. You won't take my call tonight. Man, I'm gonna, like, I think on the mere virtue of these nugs being absurdly large, I think I'm gonna be okay for a while. Like, my goodness. No more blood for the job. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it. You can't tell me what to do. I'm Kwai Lewis. He sounded that kind of slurry. Back when those used to be the numbers.
For the last hour, I want to bring up something that I think is very synchronistic and I think very important. And it's kind of, I guess you could.
Wonder how often he does these best ofs.
When he's actually out and something said to him.
Oh. I wonder if he adds on to them or if it's just the same thing.
It's usually the same thing.
Oh. You think Stefan has suggested a phone bank for you? A phone bank? No. I don't think so. I don't really need one, I don't think.
Now this thing that's billions of light years away, or billions of miles away, not light years, but billions of miles away. Sorry, I keep saying light years, but it's miles. How this is significant, and how he felt it was a spaceship, and how he felt that.
I wonder what this was on about. Something about space. I'm interested.
An arrival or disclosure, if you will.
Something to give us.
And I remember being fascinated.
Of course.
And what triggered me.
Because that's always a fun subject. It's always fun to delve into. Aliens. We could just always go to the Ancient Aliens guy where he's just like, aliens. Yeah, you know the Ancient Aliens dude with the crazy bushy hair and he just does this? Aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens, but aliens. It's on Ancient Aliens like all the time, but the dude is just like so weird. I remember seeing that episode. It's so funny. It's kind of a goof. It's kind of goofy, just the way he looks.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has like some interesting insight, but I mean, the dude just looks goofy. His hair is absurd. It's like Bob Ross took DMT.
But I don't watching those like.
It's on like the History Channel.
Some ghost shows, but
I mean, it's not Ancient Aliens is on like the History Channel or something. So I thought I would figure you would know.
you're just like, oh, give me a break, you know. Just check.
Yeah, for real. So it's like, oh come on, get out of here.
You gotta be kidding me.
Could this weird, absurd blotch on a painting be a UFO account? It's just like honestly, I've seen like all these like different ancient photos or like paintings that people have done, and like there's only like maybe like out of like 50 some odd I've seen, like maybe only 2 or 3 of them are somewhat.
You never know about the weird.
Like no, there's this. Well, there's this
something that looks like somebody in a spacesuit or something.
Well, there's this one account from the 1700s in the Americas, I think, if I remember correctly, or it's in France. I forgot exactly where. But these 3 people were just out on their deck, you know, just on their estate, and they saw like some 3 flashing lights in the sky, and they were kind of moving around all over the place. They didn't really know what to think of it, and they had a painting depicting this moment of them kind of looking up, seeing these 3 white orbs. So that was like one of the few pictures that kind of got me like, well, okay, I guess there could be something to that, but I mean, it's not really. I mean,
like the ancient Egypt, they have this one glyph. It's a helicopter, obviously.
From the way it's depicted.
Yeah, it's carved in stone. You know, you've got the tail and the body. And the laid above, carved in stone with a bunch of other hieroglyphs.
I mean, it could be just the, a potential just hieroglyph that just look. I mean, because we always like to look for patterns in images that we're familiar with, in various different things. Yeah, so it could be possible that
you never know.
It could be possible that it might look like that, but it might be meaning something different.
They found like a toy, I think it was. But it was a bird. But it
Bird.
was a jet fighter. The tail went up like that. And you threw it and flew.
Huh. Maybe it's probably just a way for it to help keep it afloat, essentially.
You never know. But
you never know.
That's some of those things.
It's just speculation.
Like, okay, that is.
It's kind of interesting, food for thought, but it's just mere speculation, really. You can never really. It's just kind of like, we can hypothesize and have some fun with it, but you never, you don't know what it truly was, intended for, or what it was initial meaning was being constructed.
Toy bird, but it was a bird, but it would,
they
obviously.
probably
It didn't look like. It was built to look like a bird, and flying. Like a kid would throw it.
Yeah, it could be like my guess.
It looked like a jet fighter, but it had a tail on it.
My guess is it could have either been like the head of like a fat dart, or like a little something, for the kid to throw and play with it or whatever, to resemble a bird. Those are only kind of two examples I can think of. No, if it was the head of a dart, I don't think it would be good for throwing. Well, actually, no, it would, but...
No, it had a bird head.
Maybe...
And the wings looked like bird wings. But it had like an airplane tail on it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's done in feathers.
Yeah, I'm still just speculating, but it could have been an ornamental piece, too, probably.
They figured, if you threw this, it would fly.
Yeah. It could also be like an ornamental piece, or maybe to like a deity or something. That could also be a thing.
Why the hell did they find that?
I don't know. It seems interesting, though.
They've seen glyphs of that, too.
Uh-huh. You could do a calling show room, and that's how you get called to. Yeah. At some point, I want to try to do that with Discord. Thanks for you stream. I think Melty was there also. Yeah, he was there. All these videos are available to stream also. Yeah, it was just a crazy time. It was that stream was absurd, but awesome. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna hit up its final bowl and wrap it up from that. See what maybe homie might be doing. Play some pool or something like that. I'm kind of in a mood for a pool night, so I can hit a friend up, see what's up. I should go bang bang.
She misses you.
I hate your fail army reminder ads. The fail army brainworm has invaded you, and you can't corrupt me. I'm already corrupted.
I always end up watching that channel, just like, let's see where we're at. That or the cute pets. And then they have the endless, like, forensic files thing, and just like, I've seen all these over the last 10, 15 years or so.
You'd think they would still have some forensic files, though.
They do. They call it something different. But it's the forensic files.
That's what it is, forensic files. Yeah. It's like I watch that shit going to sleep sometimes.
It's the new detectives. Yeah, I don't like watching that going to sleep because I have bad dreams.
Oh. I don't really get that many dreams, and when I do, they're just really weird. like the last one I kind of vaguely remember, I was like,
I don't remember what it was. I was having a real weird one this morning.
I had,
Oh, crap.
I remember, like the last stream I remember, I was like, I was in the woods. I knew that much. And judging by like the theme of what everybody was wearing, which I couldn't tell who it was, it was just I was leading a group or I was a part of a group. But judging by the theme of what everyone was getting at, there was like some shit that went down. Like it was like collapse of society, civil war, I don't know what, something. Because we were all like, trekking these woods and shit. And then like, what else was in it? Like at some point, like the ground like split between us and shit, and our group like got split between it, and then like the Cascadian faults just, and then I woke up, or either that or I like went into a different like part of sleep and the dream just ceased. It was like some crazy shit. It was just something vaguely remembered, and I think that was like a week ago or something.
Yeah, I grew up in the Cold War.
I mean, I don't even think it was like the Cascade. I don't even think it was like the Cascadian faults. I think it was just like, just these faults just split. The tectonic plates just split in just like volcano or something. Either that or like a napalm strike happened or something like that. Like I didn't even what the specifics is the group got split and then fire like. So I'm like it could have even been like a natural event or like a napalm thing. I have no idea what, but it was like a weird dream. Like everything was all basically everything was chill up until like the last like moments of the dream, however long that was.
The weirdest dream I've ever had was I had this dream that I could fly, or it's more like swimming through the air.
Yeah.
I was flying.
Zero gravity type of thing.
And then I woke up, and I was actually floating above my bed.
Oh, I think you told me about this dream once. And then you woke up again.
I woke up from my dream, and I was floating above my bed, and I'm just like, oh, shit! And suddenly, I dropped like a rock onto the bed. And, I was like about yay high above my bed.
Yeah, I remember you told me it once.
And as soon as I hit, I'm just like, shit! And then I wake up and I'm in bed.
Yeah, like...
I wake up a second time.
You basically had like a dream...
I was just having a dream, and I'm in my room only...
You pretty much experienced two different dreams.
Bam!
Yeah, you pretty much like experienced transferring two different dream states, basically. You went from one dream to another dream, and then you just woke up. It went from a dream to a dream and woke up. That's crazy shit. I haven't had that happen.
I think it's more of a memory than a dream when the tidal wave comes in.
But
those annoying people screaming and running. And
then there's
hey, this looks cool, It's there's no use running from it. There's nothing you can do, I'm sitting there thinking it's like.
The coolest dream I had was. Boom. The coolest dream I had was a couple months ago. Was when I think I've told you about it, where I was like, I somehow cryogenically froze myself or something, and the part of the dream of it was I went through like the thawing process and the briefing of like my new society I'm adapted into and and volunteering, like all that stuff. Like pretty much the dream leads up to me entering this ship where we're going to go to Alpha Centauri to do our first interstellar colonization. Like, by this point, I can already get the premise of, like, we have done interstellar travel, but colonization is another story for interstellar colonization. So I was just like, oh, shit. So I'm just sitting here like, damn, son. So pretty much the dream is, like, me looking out for all the little windows and, throughout the ship and experiencing the cosmos and shit. And the ship kind of had, like, obviously kind of a Star Trekian vibe, with it, but it wasn't necessarily like a literal, like, artificial gravity ship. It was like a weird fat colony type shit thing. And then, we're like just literally like able to see all the cosmos and all the stars and nebulas and traveling all for that shit. And then I know there was like some crazy stuff that happened to like there was like distant stuff that was going on that was like artificial, like there must have been like space battles or something that. And then like once we get to Alpha Centauri and land there, like I wake up as soon as we enter the atmosphere, like we start getting to the pods to like kind of deport down to the ground, and once we get on the transportation things go down to the ground, like when we open up the light starts boo, you know, like oh shit, new light, new place. What's this? Oh shit. And then I'm like waking up. I'm like, fuck! I was about to see like a new world.
Yeah, I want to see how this ends.
I know! I was just like, I mean, it was such a trippy dream. I woke up and I'm like, wait, hold up. I woke up like, wait a minute. Did I just, what the, no! I'm like, no! I wanted that so bad.
I don't even remember what it was, but I was having a dream and woke up this morning and it's like, I want to see how that ends.
I know, whenever there are dreams that I'm actually able to like remember, and when they end, I hate that. I always wish there could be something to go further with. But I guess that's why we got science fiction stories, because that honestly sounds like an awesome premise for a science fiction novel or a series of novels. Someone cryogenically freezes himself to partake of a program to go into colonize, future, places in the world, around the worlds, the cosmos, shit. Damn hiccups.
Like a guy gets shot back in time to like before civilization, and then he lives throughout history.
Oh damn. The oldest living man.
You could make kind of stories about that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, 2000 BC, here he is in like 1983.
Here's him, 1980.
60s or 20s, Civil War, Revolutionary. Kind of like a quantum leap.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be a real popular show.
I've vaguely heard about it.
But this guy would, what's that guy's name? He was the captain of the Enterprise on Star Trek Enterprise.
Archer. Captain Archer.
That guy played in Quantum Leap, and he
Oh.
leap, but it had to be in his own, he couldn't go back further than when he was born.
Huh. It's pretty much only around in his own lifetime he can travel in.
Yeah, he could travel anywhere in his lifetime, and then when he traveled in time, it wasn't actually him. He'd be in another body.
Basically possess somebody.
Yeah, and so everyone that looked at him would think he's this other person, and then he does this big.
I remember there's like this premise. There's a premise for a show like that, and it has like John Travolta or something like that. It's like some schlock show.
Life better, so when he leaves, that person's life is better because he did something, for him. Like.
Oh, I remember the show. I think I'm remembering this. It's like really kind of. Honestly, it's somewhat cheesy if I remember it. If I'm remembering the same one you're talking about.
It was cool at the time. Now I watch it and it's like, yeah, this is cheesy.
Yeah, I think it's the same one.
At the time, I'm just like, oh, this is the coolest show ever.
Oh, damn! I gotta check that one out because that one sounds. I gotta go back on that one because I've only seen that like once or twice when I was like real young.
This other guy that was a hologram that would come and help him out and tell him, there's like a 38% chance this is going to happen if you do this.
I love that. See, if we ever get AI, I want it to be like that. Be like, help me figure out my rational arguments. Be like, it's.
You had a problem because animals and little kids would recognize It's not being the person.
Ah.
The animals are just like, hey, you know, like a dog would come up, hey, you're not my person.
Yeah, still going off or whatever.
The baby, you're my baby.
Or little kids just like,
Didn't that show star John Travolta? It wasn't who that was doing that show on the
no.
like because I also know another part of the show is if he looks himself in the mirror, he sees himself. Who?
Scott Bakula.
Oh yeah, Scott Bakula. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember now.
Played Captain Archer.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know why I thought John Travolta. I guess there was for some reason he has.
Before he got famous.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you now. Yeah.
Not necessarily famous.
But that's where he kind of started his gig. Yeah. 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 Like I think another part of the premise is if he looks himself in the mirror, like he'll see him actual self, but you know, of course, everyone else sees him as the actor.
Yeah, if he looks in the mirror, he can see what he looks like.
Yeah.
Because he has no idea, you know, just like, oh, I'm a chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby, young boy.
Yeah, there's this one episode that gets ready. It's like, okay, that'd be a weird feeling.
I couldn't even imagine. Oh my goodness. Damn, I can't sleep. Your fault. Well, too bad. It's about to wrap it up. Just had a banter with Pops, that's all. Hey, Kinkano, I'm back, damn it. Yo, you're missing the $2 check. Bro, I was actually just about to wrap this up to kind of hit Logan up and you up, see what's going on. What y'all doing? What's going on, Stefan? Hey, you need to be on my streams at some point now that you're here. You need to actually, like, come by, chill, sit down, have some philosophical discussions on shit, and all that. Fuck yeah. But since you're here, Big Blazes win. Oh shit, man. Well, I mean, you're here now, so what's going on? Where y'all at? I want, like, cause if you're at Logan's place or something, then let's like meet at Wichita or something. Cause I was thinking of playing some pool tonight, so that'll be a great opportunity to meet y'all and see what's all going on. And shit. Plus, we can finally actually like catch up and shit. We didn't really get that much of a opportunity to catch up when I was in a grumpy waking up stupor. Club Logan. Hey, sweet dude. See if he's down for the Wichita. If you want, you can meet me. If you y'all can meet me down there, because all I have to do is just throw a coat on real quick and just walk down there. So, or just ride my bike real quick. Got my got a lock right here. I just need to find the key for it, but if not, I'll just probably lock it. Sweet. Makes things a little easier. Glad I can go on for a little bit longer. Let's plan some shit. Night. Oh, whatever. Just laughing his ass off because now we're all making plans on a stream. But, yeah, for really, eventually I want to get you on the stream at some point, because I know there will be some really, I know we will definitely have some really interesting conversations for sure, once we get into them. And honestly, they just kind of start from, however, you know, they don't really begin in any way. Just have a convo and just kind of go from there. I'm watching. Oh, sure you are. Sure you are. He's gonna abandon us and leave us all to our stumbles. I'm actually kind of curious if we can see Jupiter tonight. If so, let's take an opportunity to kill some time while we banter. Because if so, I'm gonna see if we'll get y'all to see it. Alright, where are ya? Well, you're not out yet, aren't you? Ooh, the moon's out. Looking nice and bright. What about Jupiter, yeah? I can't see you. So, nope, not yet. The moon's nice and out. Look, can I see the dark side of the moon? Kind of. Just barely. But I can. But we've seen the moon a few times, so we're good. Meow. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Rah. Rah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is on TV? Cannibals? Oh my god.
Police are coming or something, and have a garden hoe isn't what we want. We have guns. Why are you putting garden equipment in the car?
What?
Look, this is how you use it. Safety's right here. Pull this. Try. I need you to see you do it, okay? You gotta hold it up.
What is going on here?
Hold it up, okay?
What the fuck?
Okay, I'll be right back.
Hold up.
We can only take one pet. Which pet? The cat or the dog?
The cat! You
Okay.
idiot!
Okay.
No!
What do we do with the dog?
He's the worst! He's already dying! Just leave him!
Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Okay, that's fine.
What the fuck is going on, dude?
How am I supposed to defend myself?
Millicent, we can only take Fun Betty or chocolate cake. Which one do we take?
Fun
Betty? Do you want Fun Betty or chocolate?
Why do we need that?
Which? No, Millicent, this is important.
What the fuck?
Which one? Fun Betty, chocolate. Do you think Costco? Should we go to Costco first?
No, it's gonna be a bloodbath in there.
What the fuck?
You know where we're gonna go?
Jesus, that's older than
We're
this
gonna
cat.
go home, and you're gonna get in bed, and you're gonna sleep for the next couple hours, because there's no zombie apocalypse.
Oh! What the fuck? She's just like blitzed out of her mind. She was blitzed out of her mind. They were totally fucking on her hardcore, dude. Honestly, that's what I know. Hate whiny women. No, dude, she was blitzed out of her mind off of like morphine or whatever. You know, like what the like. Dad, you just missed it. These dudes were messing with their this one girl, family relative or whatever, sister, I'm assuming, and they were and they were just, and she got a dentist appointment or whatever because she had like cotton balls in her mouth, and they were fucking with her really hardcore, thinking there was a zombie apocalypse. She's like, there's this. Yeah, and she's like, and he's like, here, and just having like one of those pick her up things, and she's like, here's how you use it, here's how you get it out, here's the safety, here's how you shoot, here's how you pull the trigger, boom, boom, like that. Here, you can do it yourself. She's like, how does that difference? It's just like, how does that defend me from zombies? It's like, do you want the cat or a dog? We can only take one. It's like, the dog has died anyway, just take the cat. And I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? It's just like, this is so brutal. Oh, but I loved it. Oh, it was so good. Oh, man. I thought it was like some cringe shit, but that was some gold.
Like the guy at Harry's the other night. The guy who t-shirt on it said, warning, in case of, warning, if we're going to chase by zombies, I'm tripping you.
Oh, I loved it though. It was just gold. It was top quality. That like, what the fuck?
What?
There's a spider on my hat. The spider has made its domicile on my hat and is now. Hi, buddy.
Having babies.
Well, I'm gonna let you back outside, you tiny little.
Until it starts spitting a web into your ear.
I'm just gonna let you outside, little thing. There we go.
Yeah, he's probably just like, you know, my wife.
What was that?
Probably said, you kidnapped my wife the other day.
If its wife was that big bitch that was over there earlier, the other night, then don't worry, I put her in the same spot. I knew every night there's been one of those big ass bastards just wandering around.
Yeah, there's one in my slippers the other day.
Oh my goodness.
It happened.
We're becoming like Australia. It's time to come in our shoes.
I just went to bed and I looked down and I took my slippers off and there's a big huge ass spider walking around in and out of my slippers, checking it out. And it's like, it's not going to be pleasant in the morning if you want to make that your home.
Or pleasant for your foot if it bites your ass. Bite the toe, go.
I like that Far Side is. Oh, it was terrible. I got all nice and cozy and suddenly this great big 5-headed monster attacked me. But I got him. It's in the background. There's 2 boots overturned, and off the side, there's 2 feet sticking out.
Oh my god.
It's a scorpion saying that.
So pool later with the boys? Yeah. Sounds like
The
it.
good one is,
Damn right.
to his horror, Harold, or whatever name it was, realized he forgot to check his boots before he put them on. He's tying up his boots, and then the other guy with him is dumping out his boots, and there's like just this constant flow of like ants, scorpions, snakes,
Spiders, just like interdimensional DMT aliens or some shit.
Every nasty that can kill you is crawling out of his boots, and the other guy's just like, "Oh, I forgot to check my boots."
Luckily, they don't come in my room yet. I've only had one time where I saw one of those bastards in my room, and I could not sleep that night. I legitimately checked that spot like every hour, tossing and turning in bed, hoping it didn't move. And then at one point it did. No, at one point it did move its location, and I could not find it.
Because in the house there's no wire, so it's coming out of your eyeballs while you're sleeping.
Wait, what?
Spiders will come and drink out of your eyeballs while you're sleeping.
Okay, I just saw some videos. Literally, okay, hold on. No, I saw like literally no. I saw like, hold on. I saw like literally 5 different videos of spiders in people's ears, knowing that they are probably like drinking. Oh my god, fuck! No.
They're just a red shred in your face.
They're close to the watering hole, and they got this nice, warm, heated pad that can hang out.
And you start waking up, they split.
And at some point in time, you're going to be in an area where there's good food source. You know, mosquitoes or gnats or flies or something like that.
Oh, man.
So if they build a big funnel out of your ear.
Why can't they just, like, mind their biz? Like, that's my philosophy.
That's what they're doing.
The mind their biz away from me.
They're just like, oh, this is a perfect hangout. An ear. They don't know it's an ear. It's just like, oh, constant temperature, nice and warm, just like I like it.
Oh my god, it's so...
I can get a drink right around the corner.
Like, literally, like, with every one of these videos, like, the reports are like, I hear, like, a weird little scratching fuzziness in my ear. And it's just like...
Those is better.
Yeah.
Hi, God.
Oh, I had a nasty time with a fly. It got stuck in my ear.
Ugh.
That was...
I got an ant in my lung
painful.
once. I had an ant in my...
That was literally... It was like way up against my eardrum and buzzing. You know, like,
Oh my god!
and it was so loud. I mean, I'm just like crying in pain. You know, it's
Imagine.
Oh.
It's like, ah!
So I had to get it out.
I had to go to the doctor.
Oh my god.
A giant syringe, and he flushed it out. I'm just like, I'm sitting there for a while, and I'm just, come on, fly, get out of there. I didn't know if he was stuck in earwax or what, but he refused to leave.
Yeah, that's how they got out most of these spiders, is with like a syringe with fluid, and they just kind of went in there.
Yeah, that's what he did, just a long syringe, you know, with a narrow...
Not narrow enough to like puncture, but like it's wide, but enough for like...
Yeah, well, he knew how, you know, kind of how far to go, and he just like went in there with the warm saline solution, just like... And the fly came out. It got flushed out. Oh, that was painful.
I'll have to show you this. I'll have to show you the...
beating against my eardrum, just like...
I must have contracted your PTSD from that, because I hate fucking buzzing in my ear. I absolutely hate it. Vividly. I was outside, you know, on the back porch doing stream out there.
I hate buzzing in my hair, because you get bees and wasps in your hair, and it's just like, shit!
I hate that. Oh my god.
Tell me about it.
Ugh.
I hate
Consequence
wasps.
of long hair. If
Well,
you
actually, long hair is good, because so... it'd be
protect you.
Attacking your hair.
That is good.
Unless they're getting where your hair is short and they can get underneath, you know, they'll burrow inside your hair and start stinging the crap out of
Yeah,
your
like right
scalp.
here will be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on the hairline between the shaved and the unshaved, they'll burrow underneath there
Ugh.
and sting the crap out of your skull.
A few years ago, went
It's
to...
very, very painful.
Well, yeah, it's right up on your head.
This is going to be
Very painful. A few years ago, I went to the surgeon and did a very deep cleaning of my ears. He used those big long rods, and when he pulled shit out, he said it looked like... He looked at it, like always, living in your ear. He used some gauze on those metal pick poles.
I hate wasps.
Yeah, I do too. Wasps look terrible. Yeah. What was I about to say? Like, at some point I should do that, you know, just for the hell of it, you know, do an ear clean, just get them kind of cleaned out, just kind of see what comes out of them and shit. Because, probably be a good idea, because why not, you know?
Huh? Alarm you.
What was that?
Then I get some hot sauce. He puts it in a bag, and ties it around the end of the straw, and sticks the straw into this guy's soda.
Oh.
And then puts the lid on. So when he drinks his soda, he's drinking straight hot sauce.
Oh my god.
And then he does the same thing to his soda. So both sodas are loaded. It's very, you know, it's like going into like the McDonald's or where, you know,
Yeah.
some fast food place comes out. Guy takes a drink, he's just like, ah! Just like, you beep, 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 beep. And he grabs the other guy's soda, which is also hot sauce.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He planned ahead on that one.
Yeah. That's something I would do. Booby trap both sides.
Just booby trap them all.
Well, you can't do this anymore, but my favorite is like during the summer you get a smoke ball.
Yeah.
And you poke a hole in a cigarette and light it, stick the fuse in there, and everyone had their window open.
Huh?
So you set it right there by their window. So and then you'd leave. So like a couple of minutes later, when the cigarette burned down far enough, it hit the fuse, and the smoke ball would go off. So in the middle of the night, your friend's sleeping in the room, all of a sudden it's filled with smoke balls. That was a good one. My favorite is upside down.
Really?
I like that one. Flip everything upside down.
I had lots of time to do that. I got him good. Like, guys, like 3 months later,
Robert Beware.
I'm still finding shit that's upside down.
Right.
To this day, I'm still finding shit that's upside down.
Really?
That's good. No physical injury, no monetary loss. It's
Just
like,
mild frustration in your day.
like,
Basically.
it's upside down. My stereo's upside down.
Everything's upside down. Oh, whatever could this possibly mean?
I wanted to, but I did. I started with the stereo stuff, man, and then I had to take a pee, and then I hit the bathroom real good. And I'm thinking, I should have taken the entertainment center and turned that upside down. That's the one thing I didn't get. Got everything in the fridge was upside down.
Besides the fridge.
Yeah, the
If
fridge
on-
was a little heavy to turn upside down. But
If
that
on-
would have been a good one.
If only could have. I could do real good after it was done. And first I said to him, "You gonna stick those in my ears?" And he's like, "Yes, I am. And you're gonna feel good afterwards, boy." Man, you'll just go on and on. Talk. Even though I do that too. He just does it at a very slow rate. It's just like... It's just like, oh my goodness. I could get 50 points across in the way you get one. Well... A night of a reckoning awaits. Oh, this cloud hail.
Don't think about playing this game. You got too many damn videos.
The advertisements.
Yeah.
They lurk. They hide. They sneak. Most importantly, they can get you a good deal for $8.99 plus shipping and handling. Or a good subscription for $14.99. Or you can get 300 coins for 99 cents.
If I downloaded every game they want me to download, shit, I wouldn't have enough space on my phone.
Alright, well, I'll wrap it up, see how the homies are doing. So, peace out. And I'll see y'all in the next one.